In the future, humans can only live for 25 years. To stay alive, people must trade labor for more time. Everyone has a countdown timer on their arm. When it reaches 0, they die instantly. Time becomes the only currency in the world. Food, shopping, everything is paid with time. The poor could only survive by working their asses off. Day in and day out, they had to run all the way to work. If they slow down even a little, they can die on the street. The rich, who own huge amounts of time, can live forever. One morning, Jack wakes up with less than 24 hours left. The young woman beside him is actually his mother. Since the human lifespan is locked at 25 years, his mother's face will never age. They are about to work separately for a few days to survive. Before she left, his mother gave Jack 30 minutes so he could have a full meal and repeatedly told him to meet her at the station the next day. Because his mother, after paying rent and bills, she only has 2 hours left. Arriving at the breakfast place, Jack found that prices had risen again. But Jack has no choice, he has to eat. He orders a cup of coffee that costs 4 minutes. Jack works in a factory that produces time bricks, which are the equivalent of today's currency. But after work, he collects his paycheck as usual. But today his boss only pays him half his usual salary. The reason is simple, the workload increased. Jack failed to meet the target, so he only gets 12 hours. Feeling frustrated, Jack walks into a bar. He sees a man in a suit, surrounded by beautiful women. Because his arm shows 116 years of life expectancy, Jack warns him not to show off. Time thieves might target him. As soon as he finishes speaking, robbers rush into the bar. In the chaos, Jack escapes with a rich man. They hide in an abandoned building. However, the tycoon told him that he had come to the ghetto to find death, because he's been alive for 200 years and has long since gotten tired of living. Looking at the fact that he only has 18 minutes left to live, Jack wants to slap him on the spot. But the rich man reveals a terrifying truth. If prices didn't rise, the poor would never die. Everyone could live forever, but the world cannot hold that many people. So no matter how hard the poor work, they're doomed to die. Waking up the next day, Jack subconsciously looked at his arm, but found that his life expectancy unexpectedly out of nowhere an additional 116 years. It turned out that the tycoon gave him all his time before he died. Through the window, Jack saw the tycoon sitting alone on the bridge. The moment the time cleared, he fell into the water like an electric shock. When Jack arrives, only a body remains. After getting rich, the first thing Jack did was to find his best friend Tom and generously share 10 years of his life. He then buys flowers and heads to the station to pick up his mother. But there was a delay in seeing her. A terrible feeling hits him. Jack runs desperately toward her workplace. It turned out that the price of the ticket had temporarily increased to 2 hours, and his mother only had 1 hour left. People on the bus watch coldly. No one helps her. She runs along the road, trying to get home. Eventually, mother and son met at an intersection. Jack reached out and tried to hug his mother. But time, still missing those few short seconds, his mother dies in his arms. In that moment, Jack completely breaks down. He finally sees the truth of this world. From then on, he targets the rich who control time. Revenge has officially begun.